Human reproduction. Here already we discussed about reproduction and types of reproduction in all organisms. Reproduction means it is a physiological process where organisms produce their offsprings to continue the race. Here in case of human beings, here we are all viviparous animals. In case of human beings, it has various events. In reproduction we find that first one is Spermatogenesis. That means formation of gametes in both male as well as female. And after the formation of gamete, insemination takes place. Entry of semen into the female reproductive system during copulation. And then after the insemination, fertilization takes place in the uterus of the female. Then implantation process, gestation or pregnancy period, and finally parturition takes place. That is from gametogenesis to parturition. We discuss in detail. Here first is the male reproductive system. Male reproductive system. We study in detail. This is asked for 5 months diagram. And related to this male reproductive system, that is about the glands, about duct, that is asked for 2 marks. Male reproductive system, that is located in the pelvic region, pelvic part, and it includes pair of testes and accessory ducts, accessory glands, and external genitalia. These are all the different parts. We study now we discuss with regarding the structure of male reproductive system. This is male reproductive system which consisting with pair of testes, right and left testes. Both testes are covered with outer skin, that is called as scrotum. So what is the role of scrotum in testes? Which maintain the temperature of the testis 2 degrees centigrade to 2.5 degrees centigrade, which favors spermatogenesis. testes are oval in shape. Their length is 4 to 5 centimeter. Length, this is 4 to 5 centimeter. Width 2 to 3 centimeter. That is the size of the testis. And each testis, which consisting with 250 compartments. This is 1, 2, 3 like this. About 200 to 250 compartments, they are called as testicular lobule. Each testis, which consisting with 250 testicular lobules, and each testicular lobule, which consisting with 2 to 3 number of seminiferous tubule, where spermatogenesis takes place. Here, wall of each seminiferous tubule is lined by 2 types of cells, male germ cells and Sertoli cells. Male germ cells responsible for spermatogenesis and Sertoli cells, they help for nourishment of the sperm. Here, male reproductive system, which mainly consisting with primary sex organs that includes pair of testes, secondary sex organs that includes duct system and associated with glands, and also third one, external genitalia. You can see secondary sex organs, duct system and associated with glands. What are the ducts? Here, rete testis. That is as per 2 mark question. Mention the accessory ducts of male reproductive system. Like that, first one, rete testis. Second one, vasa efferentia. Vas efferentia. Here, vasa efferentia. This is another one, duct. And epididymis. Here, this is epididymis. This part which connect the vasa efferentia. Then vas efferens. These are the 4 accessory ducts through which the movement of semen takes place. Then associated glands. That the glands associated with the male reproductive system are seminal vesicle, prostate gland, bulbo-urethral gland. Pair of seminal vesicle, this is one, and pair of prostate gland, and then pair of bulbo-urethral glands. These are the accessory glands which secrete the fluid during the sexual contact. They help for the movement of sperm during the copulation. So these that name of the accessory glands also ask for 2 more questions. Here you can see pair of testes which are connected to the vas deferens and seminal vesicle. Here semen is stored during the copulation. That semen is passed through this common duct, that is urethra. This helps for the movement of urine and also semen. This is a common duct. It comes out through the male genital organ. That is covered with the foreskin. Here, during copulation, semen is released. That semen is an alkaline fluid having pH 7.2 to 7.4, alkaline pH, and then consisting with seminal plasma and sperms, male gametes. Both male gamete and seminal plasma constitute semen that is released through the urethra during copulation. Next aspect is section of seminiferous tubule. Here, each testis that is made up of 250 lobules, and each one lobule which consisting with 2 to 3 number of seminiferous tubule. These are the site of the synthesis of sperms or the spermatogenesis. Here you can take this section of seminiferous tubule. This is maybe answer to my question. Section of seminiferous tubule. Just outline section, you can see this outermost layer of seminiferous tubule is germinal epithelium. This is germinal epithelium, and here some cells of this germinal epithelium, they are reproductive cells. They start spermatogenesis. They will become spermatogonium. Spermatogonium. They divide by mitosis. Spermatogonia are formed, and after growth of this spermatogonia, these are primary spermatocyte, and then convert into secondary spermatocyte, then the metamorphose here, spermatid, then motile sperm. Sperms are formed. From one spermatogonium, 4 sperms are formed, and some germinal epithelial cells become elongated. So these are known as what? Sertoli cells. These cells nourishes the growth and development of sperm. These are called as nutritive cells or nutritive tissues. Here, outline section here. These are the seminiferous tubules, and this space between this seminiferous tubule is interstitial cells or space. Interstitial space that containing specialized cells. They are called as Leydig cells. Leydig cells or interstitial cells. So this is as one more question. What are the Leydig cells? Where do you find? And write the function of Leydig cells like that. So this is one seminiferous tubule, and another one. 2 to 3 number of seminiferous tubules are there. Inside the seminiferous tubule, there is a synthesis of sperm. That process is known as spermatogenesis. Here, this inside that process will take place. That is, I showed in this diagram, little diagram. This is the section of seminiferous tubule. And outlook, you can see there are 3 seminiferous tubules are there, and the space between the seminiferous tubule, interstitial space, and cells are present. They are called Leydig cells. Their main function is the secretion of androgen. Androgen means male sex hormone or the testosterone. So this is the seminiferous tubule. Okay. Yes. Now we discuss second aspect. The human reproduction is female reproductive system. Already I have drawn this diagram here. It is located in the pelvic region. It consisting with pair of ovaries. This is right ovary and this is left ovary, and each ovary covered by fibriae, finger-like projections, and having wider tube. This is called infundibulum. Next to the infundibulum, ampulla and ischemic region is present. Both ampulla and ischemic region, this is called fallopian tube. Fallopian tube, where fertilization takes place. In the human body, that fertilization takes place in the ampulla ischemic junction, means in the fallopian tube, the fusion of sperm and egg takes place. This reproductive system mainly consisting with pair of testes, ampulla region, ischemic part, uterine fundus, this is fatty tissue is present, uterus, cervix and vagina. Here, fallopian tube is important part of the female reproductive system. During sexual contact, here sperms are released into the uterus. They move towards the right fallopian tube and left fallopian tube. Millions of sperms are released in single ejaculation. Here, any one of these ovary start to release egg. Here, ciliated epithelium is present in the fallopian tube. Cilia are there inside the fallopian tube. That beating action of cilia that pushes the egg towards the upper part of the fallopian tube, and at the same time the sperm enter into the fallopian tube through the uterus during sexual contact. There is a possibility of fusion of egg and sperm. That means fertilization takes place in the upper part of the fallopian tube. Then after fertilization, the zygote is formed, it is moved towards the uterus and revolving takes place. Then after 7 days of fertilization, implantation will take place. Then you can see the structure. This is uterus. Garbhashayanta karitivi, uterus. So this uterus mainly which consisting of 3 parts: inner endometrium, middle myometrium and outer perimetrium. This is perimetrium part. Endometrium is a temporary layer. If there is no fertilization, shedding of endometrium takes place, then menstrual cycle begins. Bleeding starts. Okay. And myometrium, it is present between endometrium and perimetrium, which helps for parturition, delivery time, because myometrium possesses smooth muscles. That contraction and relaxation of smooth muscles during the parturition period that helps for the easy movement of baby through the birth canal. Next to the uterus part, this is a small opening. This is called as cervix. It is covered with a temporary membrane. This is known as hymen. Hymen, small membrane is present. Then that is open with the vaginal part. Here, that hymen is often torn during the first coitus, breakup during the first coitus or the sexual intercourse. However, so it can also broken by the sudden fall or then insertion of vaginal tampon, active participation in the sports like bike riding, horse riding or the cycling, etc. So, presence or absence of hymen is not a criteria of virginity or the sexual experience. So this is the female reproductive system. So this diagram is asked for 5 mark question. So either male reproductive system or female reproductive system is asked in the exam for 5 mark question. Here once again you can see female reproductive system which consisting with primary sex organs like pair of ovaries, that is the primary sex organ, and secondary sex organs are the duct system that includes fallopian tube, uterus and vaginal part. This is secondary sexual organ, and external genitalia is present and also pair of mammary gland. Then you can see the structure of mammary gland. You can see the diagram that is the structure of mammary gland. Here human female has pair of mammary gland. I draw a single diagram here. That external covering of skin, that part is known as areola. Below the areola, fat tissue is present. Cells or tissues which present or stores the fat, that is adipose tissue. And each mammary gland which possesses 15 to 20 number of mammary lobes. And each mammary lobe, I will show the mammary lobe in red line. 1, 2, 3, like this, like that. 15 to 20 number of mammary lobes are there, and each mammary lobe, which consists of the several mammary alveoli, their main function is to secrete the milk just after the ovulation or the delivery. And they are connected to the mammary duct, and wider ducts are known as ampulla, and common ducts like the ferrous duct. All these ducts are open with a small opening. This is called as nipple. And inside this mammary gland, towards the rib region, here ribs are there, and we find out the presence of muscles between the ribs, and also pectoralis, major muscle is also present. So this is the important feature of all mammals, presence of mammary gland to secrete the milk to nourish the baby. Here, this is also asked for 2 or 3 mark question. Draw a neat label diagram of mammary glands. Yes, next aspect we discuss about the spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Mainly it comes under gametogenesis. Gametogenesis, the process of formation and maturation of gametes in gonads. That is called as gametogenesis. Here mainly 2 types. That is spermatogenesis and another one oogenesis. Spermatogenesis and oogenesis. This may be asked for 5 mark question. Maybe in the annual exam, explain the process of spermatogenesis or oogenesis. Anyone? We discuss one by one. First one, spermatogenesis. What is spermatogenesis? The process of formation and maturation of sperms in testes or the male gonads. That is called as spermatogenesis. Here, It takes place in the seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules. They are lined by germinal epithelium. Germinal epithelium. It is made up of two types of cells. Sertoli cells and reproductive cells. They are called as spermatogonial cells. Spermatogonial cells. These spermatogonial cells or spermatogonia that produces the sperm. These sperms are nourished by Sertoli cells. The Sertoli cells, as per one more question, write the function of Sertoli cell. They can nourish the growth and development of sperms. This process of formation of sperm from the spermatogonium, that is called as spermatogenesis. Now study ಮಾಡಬೇಕೀಗ. So this is as per 5 mark question. This is step. So this is the introduction, how and where this process will take place. Mainly it is in the seminiferous tubules. Okay, you can see what are the steps. Steps of spermatogenesis. First one, phase of multiplication. Phase of maturation, phase of, this is, second one is growth, phase of growth, then phase of maturation. How it takes place? You can see the schematic representation. Only a schematic representation may be asked for 2 marks. Here, spermatogonium. These are sperm mother cells diploid in nature, having 46 chromosomes. In the first step, it divides by mitosis to produce 2 daughter cells. They are also diploid in nature. This process is called as what? Phase of multiplication. Phase of multiplication. And we consider one spermatogonium. This is a spermatogonium. Then growth takes place by increasing the size of the spermatogonial cell, the cytoplasmic content, the size of the nucleus is also increased. This is known as primary spermatocyte. Primary spermatocyte. After growth, we call it as primary spermatocyte. This is known as phase of growth. Then this primary spermatocyte undergo meiosis. First takes place that produces 2 cells, haploid daughter cells. They are called as secondary spermatocyte. Secondary spermatocyte. And each secondary spermatocyte undergo meiosis second. Meiosis second. Each one then produce 2 daughter cells again. They are also haploid. These haploid cells are formed. These are called as spermatid. Spermatid. Each spermatid, they get metamorphosed into motile sperm like this. These are the sperms. Metamorphosis takes place. So this is the schematic representation of spermatogenesis. This is schematic representation. Schematic representation of spermatogenesis. This is only as per 3 mark question. Write the schematic representation. You can see once again, diploid spermatogonial cell are the sperm mother cells having 46 chromosomes in case of human beings. Here it undergoes mitosis, then produces 2 daughter cells. They are also similar to that of mother cells, diploid in nature. Here in this phase, the spermatogonial cell number increase by mitosis. And each spermatogonial diploid cells undergo growth process. That means increase the cytoplasmic content and size of the nucleus is also increased. That after growth phase, the spermatogonial cells are called primary spermatocytes. This primary spermatocyte undergo meiosis first. Chromosome number reduced to half in case of meiosis. Haploid daughter cells are formed. These are called as secondary spermatocyte. And each secondary spermatocyte undergo meiosis second. That produces 2 daughter cells. They are called as spermatids. Spermatid means these are non-motile inactive sperms. Non-motile inactive sperms get metamorphosed into active motile sperms. That process is called as spermiogenesis. Spermiogenesis. Okay, so spermiogenesis is different from spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis is the whole process. Spermiogenesis is the last, that the spermatid get converted into active motile sperms. That is spermiogenesis. This is the process of spermatogenesis. It takes place mainly in case of testis or the male gonads. Okay. And what is spermiation? Spermatogenesis ಬೇರೆ process slight differences ಇದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ spermiogenesis ಬೇರೆ, spermiation ಬೇರೆ. What is spermiation? The process by which mature spermatids are released from Sertoli cells into the seminiferous tubules. Sertoli cells nourishment ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. After nourishment, all the sperms enter into the seminiferous tubule. That process is called as spermiation. So that spermatogenesis is mainly induced by the gonadotropin releasing hormones, which is hypothalamic hormone. This is the process takes place in males. Then one spermatogonium cell that produces 4 haploid sperms. That is asked in CET or NEET examination. ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. ಸ್ಪರ್ಮೆಟೋಗೋನಿಯಂ ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ ನಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು how many spermatogonium cells are involved in the formation of this number of sperms ಅನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. ಇದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ NEET ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. You can remember it. So this is about spermatogenesis. After spermatogenesis, there are one spermatogonial cell that produces 4 haploid sperms. Now we see the structure of sperm. Structure of human sperm. ಈ diagram ಕೂಡ exam ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ that 3 or 5 mark question. With explanation that may maximum 5 mark question. Only diagram for 3 mark question. How to draw this diagram? Here mainly consisting with pear shape head region and nucleus is present which possesses chromosomes. This is nucleus having paternal chromosome, haploid paternal chromosome. This is acrosome cap. Acrosome cap region. And small neck is there. This is middle piece. Tail piece. And this is tail. Middle piece has 2 centriole. This is proximal centriole. And this is distal centriole. From the distal centriole, axial filaments are originated. These are the axial filaments that provide support to the sperm during movement. And also that process in the middle piece, number of mitochondria are present. These are mitochondria and axial filament. Axial filament. Both are together known as Nevin curve. This is a one mark question. What is Nevin curve? Axial filament with number of mitochondria together known as Nevin curve. And this part is head. And this is small neck, and this is middle piece, and this is tail piece. This is tail. Here viper type tail is there. This is the structure of human sperm. It mainly consisting with head, neck, middle piece, tail piece and tail. Head is pear shape, which consisting with single nucleus. It has haploid paternal chromosome, that means chromosome from the father side. It is encircled with the acrosome cap, so which contain enzyme acrosome cap. It has enzymes like acrosin, neuraminidase, hyaluronidase, These are the hydrolytic enzymes enzymes. They play an important role during the penetration of sperm into the egg. They break up the egg membrane with the help of hydrolytic enzymes. Then small leaf present between head and middle piece, which possess two centrioles, proximal and distal centriole. And this middle piece and tail piece possess axial filament originated from distal centriole. They provide support to the sperm during the movement or the locomotion. And middle piece, which possesses number of mitochondria, they provide energy for the movement of sperm. And tail piece has small, thin, vibratile tail is present. It helps for locomotion of sperm in the reproductive tract. So this is the structure of sperm or the male gamete. It is a haploid male gamete. Millions of sperms are released in single ejaculation. Okay, spermatogenesis process gottayitu, structure of sperm kuda gottayitu. In the next aspect dalli next division ನಾವು ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡೋದು oogenesis ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಉಳಿದ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.